This narration is for educational purposes only. It is not buy or sell recommendations.
Good evening, fellow ES traders. It's the narration of the ESH5 for January 3rd, 2025. So, as pictured here, we'll start with a candlestick chart. Each candlestick is representing a day. I always start here because we have our microcomposite epochs, which are these green lines for this composite of, let's see, the last 2 weeks. And then these single profiles, this green line is the naked volume point of control. So if we look at this yellow line here, that's the volume profile for these particular days. We can kind of see on this bottom range here at 59.36, we have a high volume node. Another high volume node at 59.60, which has been a key level going back to just these 3 days, was the microcomposite from the 18th of December, 19th, and the 20th. So if we just do these 3 days, well, maybe it was just the 2. Yep. I forget which day the composite had the 59.60, but that was a key level going back a few days. So that's what I'm looking at before the market opens. I'm trying to kind of think what my thesis is going to be at market open. So we've opened higher inside of range. So the close yesterday was down here. We're opening there. So that's a bullish signal. We're kind of leaving this lower volume node down here and opening above this high volume node. So now this could actually as support if we trade down to it. And so my thesis would be getting long for today at market open. So we have higher inside of range, 99% chance of the IBH or L, 94% chance of overnight high or low, 87% chance of value areas, 85% chance of overnight VPOC, IB high, 81% chance, so that's good, signaling potential. Statistically, we should be a little bullish today. Overnight mid, 78, overnight high, 74, another indication we might be going up, which those levels have already updated to the, actually, no, they haven't. Yeah, that's right, it's Friday, so yeah, we still have ETH levels. It should be in bookmap too. Yeah. So that's what I'm looking for. Longs, that's what I'm going to be looking for. Given the statistics, where we're opening, our volume profile, we're kind of in this balanced area. So we're looking for rotations to get long. And I already put some lines in. I didn't start trading until this afternoon around 1 or so, 1 or 2. I'm on nights right now working. But I wanted to get up a little early for the afternoon session. So, let's see. We have 8:30 RTH Central Standard Time over here. And a lot of the times, right at the open, we'll trap whoever's in control. So this, you clearly see buyers are in control. I mean, sellers here. We have a pullback. This line I think is I marked for something later on in the day, but you can clearly see. Actually, yeah, we did have a quick little pullback, so we have an opening swing low there. I don't know why my mid is still resetting. So we have a little pullback. So maybe some late sellers get trapped, get squeezed. I don't have my buy and sell stops because this is loaded from the cloud on Bookmap. That doesn't generate the buy and sell stops or icebergs. It's just the sweeps and absorption. Which we can see the sellers got absorbed by passive sellers on the way down until these buyers were here and here, putting these sellers underwater. So I imagine there were some sell or buy stops there from the sellers. So we're looking for longs. I mean, that's what I'm looking for. And targets. So here's our first target. High ETH. Double check. Yeah, that's correct. Let me look at this other chart. Double check. Looks like that was the high ETH. 59.45. Yep, okay. So first target achieved here. And depending on your trade plan, it's a potential long, not trade recommendation, but I'm targeting. We got a high volume node here that's composite in the higher time frame, and that's 60. Yeah, so that would be the first target. And that's good. 15-point target. 15-point target. Bouncing off the high of ETH. It's not trade recommendation, but things to observe. These are those key levels. You know, what price is doing, overall context, what the market's doing, are we trending up, down, and you develop a trade plan. You're going long or short, and that could change during the day. You could do counter trend trades. Just because I have a long bias doesn't mean anything. Just that's what I'm leaning towards in the open. We'll see as it develops what happens. Potential long here. Not trade recommendation, but as soon as we have epoch migration, it signals further upside potentially. Come back and check it. And test this liquidity or this area down here. We're gonna find buyers again. And first target achieved. This is the first mark I put on, marking this high volume node here. So this impulsive move, and then we meet sellers there. It kind of lines up with that VPOC too, which I didn't know at the time we were going to have VPOC migration. I was just labeling this high volume node. That way I can use it as an area of reference later once, if price gets back to it and how it behaves. So here we had a rejection. So is this too high? Is that what the market participants are saying? This would be support. come check here. The next line of support would be here, and then here. I popped a line, and yeah, that was later. That wasn't. I should have a line here, here, and there. Those are all levels of support if we're going down. Which they kind of blew right through, so. Yeah, this line was from here. Once I got to this point, I think it was even a little bit sooner. No. I think I matched it up with that VPOC too. So I wanted to label this high volume area, the 46s. So still looking for a long. Now, we have VPOC migration, so it kind of bounced off of that. Here, a potential long, not trade recommendation, but is acting as support. The other option would be we break through, find some area of support down here. The mid ETH, that was I think a 70% chance we're going to tag that. So that would be my first area for a long for mean reversion back to VPOC. That's just all hypothetical. It didn't many variables, but as far as narration goes, that would be if that occurred, that's what I'd be looking for is potential support if we were to have broken that VPOC. But we didn't. We bounced. Potential long here at VWAP. Not trade recommendation, but a lot of retail traders use that. If we break above it, we can break above, kind of chop through it. Yeah, we test this area again. Reject. And almost come back all the way down to here, so that would be a potential area of interest for a long. Not trade recommendation, but that would be your resistance. What is that for? 6 points. It's a good range there. Now we're approaching the first hour. And 9:30. And we're not really near the IB high or low, so let's see what happens. This is all too tight. This is a lot of areas. I wouldn't do anything here. Nothing down here to signal a bounce. So, once again, that could be something because we broke above, came back to test it. These are kind of easier. Put your stop out here. Not trade recommendation, but that's a good range. We have our target there. So, like I said, still long. I'm not looking for shorts. Me personally, no reason to swap. Now here, I put a line there. VPOC migration. Another line here for this area, this high volume node. This came later. You'll get to that when I took a trade. So yeah, that would have been a potential area to look at. As soon as we had VPOC migration, because that's easy to, I wouldn't say easy, but you can have a stop below that. So if it doesn't act as support, then you're just wrong. You take a stop. Another VPOC migration. So yeah, this was my entry here. So my thesis on this trade was to have this act as support and target the VPOC. And you can see I took a stop, which is crazy because it was to the tick. Exactly 2 points I had my brackets on. And you can see that was to the tick, and then we had a few more tests. So if I had put my stop just a tick below, I would have held until I reached my target. But it's life in the fast lane. That's trading for you. I should have, instead of putting exactly at 2 points, I could have gone a tick below, but it doesn't matter. That doesn't matter because it was the first time I had a really good trading plan and executed. And I was correct in my thesis, just I got stopped out by a tick, and that's part of it. Not bad for just jumping in the middle of the day too. That would have been it. I mean, you could counter trend trade that if you wanted, but yeah, that was it for me. So, all right, we'll see you guys Monday. Have a good weekend.